deal. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than usual. We're going to show you, we're going to tell you, and explain to you what the best impact driver is in the industry. We're going to tell you where to spend your money. We're going to tell you what's safe. Now, as we go through the video, there might be some places where you can draw parallels, where you might think that we're talking about another channel. There are other YouTubers and channels that review tools. You might not know that, but they are. They're here. This is the deal. We have the highest level of respect for those channels that you might think that we're referring to. Okay, we do. They got a great shtick. They do their thing. But here's the deal. I don't really care about their findings. It doesn't matter to me. Okay, we have years on the job site with these tools. We got years of testing. This is the most credible resource. I don't care what anybody tells you. You heard it here. You're going to hear it here. It's all coming right up after this message from our sponsor, VCG Construction. Head on over to our merch store. You can get the hats. You can get the shirts. You can get stickers. Link is in the description below. If you've been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time here, my name is Vince. Welcome. If you're wondering, is he like this all the time? 90% of the time. Yeah, I'm like this all the time. This is going to be the most comprehensive tool review, tool test, whatever you want to call it. This is the reality. I'm not going to run not one test today. I don't have to run one test today. This is the thing. I have years of running these tools in tool tests, tool reviews, tool test rolls, and on the job site. I don't have to do anything with these right now to let you know which one of these are the best. And here's the reality of everything. We have a lot of commenters that will watch our video, and they will say things like, hey, your tool tests aren't the most scientific, or there are other tool testers that do it better because they're more scientific. I'm not trying to call another channel out here, but a very large, highly respected tool review channel came up with a result through his test, scientific test, and cool. I mean, you got your shtick. I'm totally fine with that. I'm not downplaying it. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying you have your style. He came up with a result that we came up with 2 years ago, that Milwaukee's M18 Fuel impact driver was the best impact driver on the market. And here's the reality behind all that. We went further over the course of the last 2 years, more testing, more job site use, and we determined that, yes, this is the most powerful impact driver on the market. But is it the best? And the reality is, it is not the best impact driver on the market because it has a flaw. Everyone that's been here for a while will know what that flaw is. Leave it down below. If you haven't been here before, you might not know. And if you're coming from another place that's telling you that this is the best impact driver on the market, the reality is there's one major flaw, one thing that it has a really tough time doing, and we're gonna talk about that more in just a second. We have some other impact drivers on this table. Now, here's the reality of it. The DeWalt 887, is it even in the league of the rest of these impact drivers? The reality is that it does one thing better than the Milwaukee does, and it has no overcurrent protection. If you're going to try to drive large fasteners with this or drill holes, you're probably going to run into trouble. The reality is you can find this 887, you can find this impact driver in some combination kits with other DeWalt tools. The reality is it's almost like it's a freebie. You have to look at it as a bonus item. I would not base any purchase on this impact driver. Just look at it as a bonus. This tool, you can use it for some screwdriving, some smaller fasteners. That's about where it ends. This is the newest offering of these tools This is the Cobalt XTR. This is very powerful. The price of entry is relatively inexpensive, and it makes up for the flaws of the DeWalt and maybe even the Milwaukee. The best impact driver on this worktop, okay, is literally right here. It is the Makita XDT16, and here is why. It doesn't have as much power as the Milwaukee by a small amount. It is very powerful. It is very compact. Just as compact, maybe a little more compact than the Milwaukee. It's got some great LEDs. It has more functions, but that's not the reason this is better than the Milwaukee. The reason that this Makita is better than the Milwaukee is here. It's right here. The collet. And I know what you're saying. You're thinking to yourself, what do you mean? Like, is it because it's quick insert? No, Milwaukee's is quick insert as well. You might think that a collet's not a big issue, but it is. And here's the reality. I'm no engineer here. I'm not an engineer, okay? And I don't run scientific tests. We run a lot of real world testing here on camera. And we do a ton of work on the job site with these tools. Okay? So I might not have given you the most scientific look into this, but we gave you a real look into the major flaw with the Milwaukee, and that is bit retention. And although our test might not be the most scientific, I know I'm just a dumb contractor, but our review, our test, and our word on these tools could potentially save you a lawsuit, higher insurance premiums, and actually some sleepless nights. Because the flaw with this impact driver that makes it not the best is that there are a lot of instances where this collet will not retain its bit. Now, if we're down on the ground here and we're drilling into things, it might not be such a big deal. But if you're working on a job site where there are other individuals on site and you're on a ladder or in a lift and your tool does not retain its bit as you come down off the ceiling or out of the wall, if that bit falls out and hits someone below, it could be an injury, it could be a workers' compensation case, it could be a tragedy. And the reality is, that's the reason why we went from recommending the Milwaukee Gen 3 impact driver as the best, most impressive impact driver to having to admit that the Makita is the one. This is the best tool in the marketplace today. The collet issue with the Milwaukee is a major liability waiting to happen. Wouldn't you want to have the peace of mind of no liability with the Makita? Number one. And here's the thing. Some of you have sent us other videos of a Makita impact driver going up in smoke. Here's the reality. I might not be an engineer, but I tested these tools hard, and I've used them on the job site just as hard. And this one has never gone up in smoke. And I feel like real tool testing and real advice from somebody that's looking out for you, because this is the reality of this situation. We have a lot of viewers in common, us and the other channels. And like I said, I have nothing but love and respect. But my most important thing here on this platform is all of you. I care about each and every one of you and the purchases you make and the risks that you would take. So I wanted to get out in front of this. We have a huge shopping season coming up, and I want to make sure that you're buying something that is good for you, or if you're buying it for a loved one, you can buy it and feel good about it. Listen, here's the deal. Let's just say you're on the Milwaukee platform and you're not changing battery platforms. And I understand the majority of people don't want to be on multiple battery platforms. I have the best alternative impact drivers on the M18 platform from Milwaukee. Number one is Milwaukee's M18 brushless compact impact driver. This thing is powerful, it's compact, and it's reliable. How is it more reliable than the Fuel? Simple. It has a standard collet. This is not a quick insert collet. So that means you have to manually pull back on this collet to insert your bit. You also have to manually pull up on the collet to release your bit. The Fuel has a quick insert. The problem is that it has a quick release as well. As a second alternative is Milwaukee's M18 Fuel Surge impact driver. This thing is powerful, it is quiet. It also has that quick insert collet. What it doesn't have is a problem with releasing its bit while you're using it or unexpectedly. This thing is very reliable, it's very powerful. The choice is yours here from the Milwaukee platform. I know a lot of you are saying, how do you come up with this? How do you know all this? I mean, you didn't even run one test today. It's from years and years of using these tools and years of testing these tools. That's how we know. That's how I can make this couple of minute video without even testing the tools, because of years of experience. Isn't wisdom the most important thing we can pass on? I'm not passing on my opinion here. I am passing on 100% credible information, our findings from years and years of work for all of you. That's why we made this video, because I want to make sure that you have 100% of the best information. And I believe that that best information is here through our testing. Video's over, but I know you want more. So this is how you're going to get it. First thing you need to do is pretend you're this guy. And you're here at the birthplace of freedom. Now ring that bell like it's 1776 and let all notifications through. What? You're not subscribed yet? Well, smash this button here. After that, watch this video here, and maybe over here. See you later.